Okay, so I want to talk about something that's very personal for me at this present moment, this second in my life, and possibly in the lives of many people. I am a 38-year-old woman, and I am at a point in my life where I'm trying to figure out who I am, what my passion is, what my purpose in life is. Somebody might say there's something that I should already know. Some people know that at an early age. Some people, when they get, a certain age, whether they be small children or whether they be teenagers or, they find out in college, they find out what it is they love. What it is they love to do, what it is they enjoy, what their passion is, what they're passionate about. And then they go on a path to accomplish or fulfill said passion. However, there are things that I like to do. There are things that I still like to do. There are things that I'm good at. Excuse me. But I do not know what is my passion. What is my purpose in life? And I struggle with that because, I did all the things that I figured that I should do. I did the things that I wanted to do as far as that's concerned, which are, you go to school, you go to high school, you graduate from high school, you make good grades, you go to college, you do well in college so that you can get or have a career or a job. That's the plan. And so when I graduated from college with 2 degrees, I had a plan. I got a job. That was the non-specific goal that I had. I wanted to just have a job. I didn't want to be one of those people that I saw who, had graduated from college and it was like 2 years later, 3 years later, and they're still trying to find a job. Little do or did I know, hindsight being what it is, that maybe that wasn't a bad thing. Maybe that was that person taking the time to try to figure out what it is that they wanted to do before they just jumped into something. My goal was I wanted to have a job. So I had a job. And that's what it was, a job. It wasn't a career. It wasn't something that I loved. It wasn't something that I liked. I didn't enjoy it, but I did it for almost 10 years. Did it for 10 years. And then I was unemployed. And then I went from being unemployed to finding another job. The circumstances were different at that time. I made the decision for the job that I currently find myself for different reasons. Those reasons don't exist. That reason does not exist right now. But however, the decision was made. And so here I find myself yet again, as I said, 38-year-old woman at a job, not a career, not something that I'm passionate about, not doing something that I enjoy, not doing it necessarily with a whole lot of people that I enjoy. And so I find myself really struggling, really trying to pray about what is my passion? What is my purpose? What is the thing that I can do every day of my life, whether I get paid a lot of money for it, whether I get paid a little bit of money for it, whether I don't get paid for it at all, but something that I feel like I'm fulfilling a purpose, something that I feel like I'm giving back and I'm doing something that has meaning for me, that brings me joy, that I can look forward to doing on a day-to-day basis. So many of us, we go to bed, we work all day, we go to bed at night, dreading having to get up the next day and go and do the same monotonous, tedious, job. And I use the word job purposely because a career is something that you do, that you love, that you set out to do. And I'm envious of those people that know what it is that they want to do and have always known what it is they wanted to do. Because even my thought process is this. If you know what it is you want to do, if you say, hey, okay, when I get older, if you're, in your early 20s, let's just start there. You're in your early 20s and you decide, hey, I want to be the CEO of my own company. Then even if you're working in the mailroom at 20 years old, you know the story, you work in the mailroom, you work your way up kind of thing. So even then you kind of can understand that, okay, I'm still on my path. I'm still on the path to whatever the goal is that I've set for myself and what it is that I would like to do for the rest of my life. And so if I have to start at the bottom, if I have to start in a lowly position, then I understand. I understand that because, I'm working towards a goal. I have a goal in mind and I'm working towards that. And if I have to start at the bottom, that's understandable. But when you're kind of just like floating around, when you're kind of trying to figure out what is my purpose, what am I passionate about, what is the thing that I can do for the rest of my life, and especially sometimes, at the age that I find myself, sometimes you have to really deal with thoughts of, making yourself feel like you're not too old to be trying to figure this out, and not, get into a pity party of, oh, okay, well, I'm too old for this. This is a shame that I don't know what it is. This is, ridiculous that I have no clue as to what it is that I want to do with my life. I've done the things that I thought that would lead me in the direction, and I still find myself trying to figure this out. And this just kind of comes on the heels of, as I said, being in a position, even in a position that I really loathe and detest, but still trying to search outside of that, still trying to do the things, that are the norm. If you're in a position, in a company, you don't enjoy that position, well, try to find another position within the company. Maybe that will fulfill you. Maybe that will make you feel better. And then to do that and then not really get rejected, because I don't look at it as a rejection. I just look at it as maybe it just was not, another opportunity, or that opportunity was not for me. But it's just the sadness of the situation that you don't know what it is that you want to do with yourself. And so you just go day by day by day, basically just wishing your life away, wishing for Friday, wishing for something else to do, scared to make a move, because if you move, even though everything inside of you is screaming that this is not what you need to be doing, and this is, in my personal opinion, at this time in my life, a horrible way of life. Getting up at, early 5 a.m. time of the morning to go to a job that you can't stand, to do the same monotonous, tasks day in and day out. You're not doing anything to affect change. You're not doing anything that means anything within the company that you work for. You're just, a body. You're just somebody to complete a task. It's horrible. Life is very short. Given a lot of experiences that I've had in recent years, I really do feel like life is just really short, and in the blink of an eye, it can be gone. You can wake up one morning and think it's going to be a normal day, and it can take a turn for the worse, and that's it. And so with those types of odds, it just, to me, seems really horrible to live a life where you are not living your life to the fullest, whatever that means. I mean, it may not be that, my living my life to the fullest is me climbing Kilimanjaro, or me, doing some really spectacular thing, but being able to do something that you love and that you find joy in, whatever that is an awesome thing. And to be able to do that thing is a blessing. To be able to do that thing, like I said, whether it's for money, whether it's just for pleasure and enjoyment, it's still a blessing to be able to do something that you love and that gives you purpose, gives your life purpose, and something, as I said, that you're passionate about. So it's a very difficult thing, but I'm striving to try to find out still what that thing is. I'm trying to keep my mind open to trying new things, doing new things, hoping that, praying that one of those things that I try and that I do, maybe for the first time, or maybe for the second time or the third time, but just at a different time in my life, where I have a different mindset, I have a different outlook on life, that maybe something will jump out at me to spark an interest, that I can say, yes, this is my thing. This is what I do well. This is what I enjoy. This is what gives me purpose. And the reason why I take the time to even discuss this or say anything about this is because so many people do this. And not only, older people, but like, younger people, just to encourage, try things, do things, even if it's uncomfortable. You just never know what will spark an interest. What is interesting, what's fun to you at 18 might not be what's fun and interesting to you at 25. And then vice versa. Might not be interesting at 25, might not be interesting to you at 35. I mean, you just never know. But if you stay open to trying new things and doing new things, you just never know. But I always thought it was kind of cheesy. Oprah had the whole thing, where it was like, being in touch with your spirit and, finding your passion and your spiritual awakening and blah, blah, blah and whatever. And I always used to think that was so weird. Like, really? But I find myself at a point where, like, whatever it is, if it was basket weaving, if it was making candles, and putting different scents together, if that was like my thing and I was interested in that, I'm wanting to know what that thing is. What is that thing for me personally? Not something that is going to make anybody else happy. It might be something that if somebody else finds totally weird. It might be sitting in a tree looking at birds through binoculars. I have no clue. But whatever that thing is that would bring me joy, that would give me peace, and I keep using the same 2 P words, purpose and passion, then I'm willing to find out what that is and do that thing contrary to what anybody else might think of me or what said thing is. So I felt this way for a little while, but as I said, more and more, it's becoming stronger. So much so to the point that when I go to work every day, I want to run from the building screaming like I'm on fire because I hate it. I hate sitting in an air-conditioned office with a cubicle that goes above my head and to my nose when I'm standing, where I can't see outside, where I can't be a part of life. That's what I think about every day. Is like there's life going on. There's things. People are doing things outside of these 4 walls that I'm staring at every day, or these, 3 walls of this cubicle that covers me up, where I tap away on the computer all day. As I said, doing mindless, monotonous tasks that are not difficult. Anybody could do them, because as we all know, in most jobs, it's not the task, it's not the job itself that's difficult. It's not the job itself that makes it difficult what you do. It's the people that you work with. The unrealistic expectations that are set before you, that you're not given enough training to try to figure out how to do and how to accomplish, but you're required to come up with results that are pleasing to those that are above you, who probably hate and despise their job just as much as you do. They just sit in a bigger office and make a little bit more money than you, and sometimes not very much more money than you make. But it's just the I don't even have the word for it, just the feeling that there is more, that there should be more, that every day that I wake up, that I open my eyes and I'm given life and I'm given the opportunity, that there are so many things to do. There's places to go, there are, things that I haven't seen, there are all kinds of things. And this is slowly starting to feel like one of those things that people record right before they die. So I hope that's not the case as I hear myself. But anyway, just wanting to find that thing that makes me happy that I can do. And it's different for different people. Some women, it's just being a housewife, being a mom, being a mother, being able to be at home, watch their children grow, take care of their children, nurture them, give them love, and see them as they take and, meet different goals in their lives. And that's wonderful. That's beautiful. If that gives you joy, every woman is not in a position to do that. Every woman is not capable of that. Whether it's they're not capable or able to have children to be in the position to do that, or they're not in a position to be home to do that because they have to work. whether they be single mothers or just in a household where, two incomes are necessary. So whatever that thing is, if it was I desired to be a welder, fine, just whatever. But I just really find myself, as I said, in a position where I just feel like there's something more that I can do. There's something that I could be saying, that I could be doing, that would be either a blessing to other people or, to the lives of somebody else. There's something that I can offer. There's something that I can do. And I'm just trying to figure out what that thing is. I just know that the thing that I'm doing at this present time is not it. It is not the thing. So, as I said, I'm sure many people have to deal with this, are dealing with this. It's not a racial thing. It's not because I'm a black woman, this is why I'm dealing with this, conundrum or this, situation that I find myself. No, I don't think that has anything to do with it. I just think, it's one of those things that people go through. Not necessarily a midlife crisis, but, a need for change of direction. I don't know. I'm sure many people feel this way, as I said. I'm sure that I'm not the only person that feels this way or thinks this way. There might be somebody that's younger than me that might feel the same way. There might be somebody who's much older than I am. Who knows? Hey, Nat Chat Nation. What up, Nat? No, I'm sorry. Hey, Nat Chat Nation. Like and subscribe and comment below. Find me at Natalie Chat on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And that's Natalie. Spell it correctly, Natalie, not Natalie.